Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Facebook Live version of Voice.Treaty.Truth for NAIDOC Week. I am Bianca Hunt, and on my father's side, I'm a Kamilaroi and Barkindji woman, and that's from New South Wales and Victoria areas. And on my mother's side, I'm a proud Balladung and Whadjuk woman from WA. Before we begin this panel, I'd like to introduce Ganur and Angel here, and if you could introduce yourself, Ganur, to everyone on the panel, for the panel.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name's Ganur Maynard. I'm a descendant of the Kamilaroi people and an adopted member of the Worimi community up in Newcastle. I'm a final year arts law student at the University of New South Wales.
Angel, would you like to introduce yourself?
So as far as I know, I'm a Kamilaroi woman. My nan's father was brought up in Tingamori. I've grown up in Mount Druitt pretty much my whole life until 2016, where I got a scholarship to live on campus at Macquarie University. I'm now in my 4th year of psych honours, and hopefully I'll be continuing my studies in 2020 to do a Masters of Forensic Psychology.
Today we're talking to the NAIDOC Week theme of Voice.Treaty.Truth, hosted by ReachOut and CareerTrackers with support of Ernst & Young. NAIDOC Week is a celebration of our history, our culture and achievements. So it's something that we want to make sure as Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people that we actually get to share our opinions and that everyone across the country is also celebrating with us. Voice talks to the First Nations voice to Parliament, enshrined in the Constitution, but there's also more opinions that come from that. And Angel, you've had a bit of a reflection on what voice means to you. Would you like to share?
As a forensic psychologist, the best I can do and what I want to do is, I guess, to give younger generations the opportunity to be that voice. So the incarceration rates, as you may or may not know, they are huge. They're the highest in the whole world, not just in Australia, in the world. And so my focus is going to be on that. I'm going to focus on juveniles especially, and hopefully make a positive change for, Aboriginal people in the future.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's incredible work that you're looking at doing and already have started to do. And not only that, but we're looking at this panel, we're all young Aboriginal people, and being able to have our voice just now on this panel is incredible. And I think we're already starting it. There's a lot more that we can keep doing. Now, Ganur, when it comes to treaty, what would you give as a bit of an overview from yourself?
Yeah, sure. So, treaty really refers to the fact that sovereignty in this country, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people's sovereignty, was never ceded. And as a consequence of that, we're still in a position to negotiate treaties with the Australian government or different levels of the Australian government to secure our rightful place and the rightful place of the variety of different Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples in this country.
When it comes to treaty, I think it's definitely something that hasn't really been taught in many educational systems. So it's really important that you, as an audience, and us individuals really do take that opportunity to learn about what treaty does mean for us as a nation, what other countries have done for treaty, and then also how that will impact us moving forward. I think that's a really important thing to learn about for this year's theme. Now, of course, the final element of Voice.Treaty.Truth is truth. Ganur, what does truth mean to you?
Well, I guess, to practice what I preach, to go back to the go back to the the Uluru Statement, truth was about the creation of the Makarrata Commission, so an institution designed to facilitate truth-telling in this country. And to me, that really speaks to a couple of things in my personal experience as a young Indigenous person. The first is that I think maybe you two would agree with me as well. We've been brought up in an era that to an extent has been able to move out of the shadow of the history wars that we saw with, the diatribe that surrounded Henry Reynolds and Keith Windschuttle's debates. And we're a generation to an extent, I wouldn't say that we're totally innocent of that, but perhaps we can take on this mantle to reignite those kind of conversations, having learnt from the way that those discussions were had in the past, and the need for them to be reopened in order to move forward.
So thank you all for joining us for tonight's NAIDOC panel on Voice.Treaty.Truth, hosted by ReachOut and CareerTrackers with support of EY. If this chat has brought up anything for you, there is support available. So do check out the captions for the comments for details. I'd like to thank Ganur and Angel for being on this panel today. And if you would like to learn anything more about ReachOut or Career Trackers, make sure you hit up their socials tonight for more infos and for more information and links to their resources. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great night.
Good night.
Happy NAIDOC week.